Oh, the clapperboard's back.
It's back.
It's back by popular demand.
by his demand.
I demand it. That's popular demand, right?
Oh,
Hello.
Are we ready?
Go on then.
Should we do it?
Why not?
There we go. The time.
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday. The time is. We've waited because it's Remembrance Day. The time
Yes.
is 11:20.
So we were very good in our 2-minute silence, and next door, I mean,
We're hammering pavements.
I live next door to. I think he's probably quite right wing, so it surprised me that he's still working on his car rather than having a 2-minute silence.
Let's just hope that he'd lost track of time, because that can happen to anyone.
Yeah,
especially when you're getting gross. But he's a wanker.
But this is. You said it, not me. This is a good week to reflect on global politics
and history.
And history together.
He says as he looks at the monitor behind us.
The TV's still showing the cenotaph. Trump's victory, certainly something we didn't see coming. I don't think.
Who?
Yes, Donald J. Trump.
Who?
Yeah, quite. President-elect.
You're fired.
Yeah. Sadly, a bit more important than that.
No.
But yeah, well, again, come on. Hugo's here. I don't know quite what to make of it. There've been lots of things on the radio this week saying, is the world a safer or more dangerous place? I personally think it's a more dangerous place. And I think a lot of the people that said, oh no, it's just because we want cheaper gas prices. It's like, yeah, I mean, you can say it until you're blue in the face, but it's not going to make the Saudis stop drilling the amount of oil. It's not going to change the demand. It's like you can say it till you're blue in the face. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get cheaper gas prices just because you say it.
I think starting before all, I mean, that's looking forward. I'm thinking looking back at the last couple of weeks, it's just how wrong the polls were. And
well, the fact they've all come out and said it was about identity politics, Kamala didn't do it about identity politics. She just didn't. If you look back on what was said, it wasn't ever about being a woman or about being a black woman. It was not about that.
Her policies?
Yeah, they didn't talk about it.
No, they didn't. No.
Take it a one step back further than that. When Joe Biden won in 2020 and was contested by Trump, but when he won, and Kamala said at the time, "We did it, Joe. We did it." There was a tacit agreement, apparently, between the two of them that he would step down after 2 years to give her the complete run up to the election and be and show that she could be a great black female president. Yeah. And as white men do, they grab power and they keep power.
I mean, I'm into statistics and polls and what, and I was listening to Radio 4, I think 5 the other day. And they were talking about how wrong they'd got it, or was it LBC? I don't know. And they were one of them. It was talk radio. One of the talk radio. And they were saying the reason that why they believe the polls are always so wrong is because the only people willing to talk to them are the people that want change.
Yeah, maybe.
And all the ones that are going, no, I wanted Trump. I'm not talking to you. I'm worth more than talking to a poll on the
which is crazy.
So therefore, they overinflate the number. Well, not overinflate, but based on the numbers they've got, they say this is the likely prediction. But actually, it's so wrong because they just didn't get to speak to enough Trump supporters.
They did say that there has been some election tampering,
which would have been the issue with Brexit as well. Yeah.
They also said that a lot of women did not come out and vote. I don't want to be licked, thanks, Hugo. Thanks, but no thanks.
My boy.
So, I mean, what does it mean? It means the world is a more uncertain. Well, let's not go for dangerous or safer. It's certainly more uncertain.
Well, I mean, we can't influence it with our little podcast.
No, it's just a bit.
It's 1,200 viewers.
But how about Trump stands down, Pence becomes president, and you know who becomes vice president then, don't you?
Why would Trump stand down?
Oh, because he's old and that's the deal.
Well, so is Biden.
Yeah, I know, but okay. But follow my thinking. Who then becomes vice president?
Oh, I haven't looked at their cabinet.
Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon. Oh, well, it'd be politics over Twitter then, wouldn't it?
Well, but the bottom line is when you're a multi-billionaire. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. If you start campaigning for clampdowns on the courts, the day that Donald Trump says, "Oh no, it's all about oil. It's all about oil," and Elon Musk goes to the White House and goes, "Hang on, I'm a producer. I'm the biggest producer of electric cars in the world," and tries to take him to court over it.
Yeah.
The courts have then lost their power. So weird, isn't it?
On a more lighter entertainment note, we did our first 90-minute live last night on YouTube. Go back, and we'll put a link in it at the end. Go back and have a look at it, because we were watching Strictly,
and about 140 people dropped in and dropped out again.
Yeah.
Dropped in,
I think
dropped out.
we might make this a Saturday night regular thing for the next 6 weeks or whatever. Well, we might do if we've got nothing else. If we're not going out,
if we've got nothing else to do.
But if not, we can always do it on relay and do
That's
it
true.
live.
We did. It was quite interesting, because the thing that we said during Strictly last night, because Strictly in the UK is on at 6:25 in the evening and is over by like 8:30, and it's like, oh, I feel really tired now. Is it bedtime now?
But
it's like, because that's the main entertainment of the night.
It was kind of you're just watching the dancing. You're exhausted at the end of it, and you're kind of like, okay.
Well, you know me, I don't really watch the dancing. I like the comments. You like the dancing,
Please
I like the comments.
go back and watch it on there, because there's me talking about their feet and the rhythm. And
I don't care about that.
And he's going, yeah, but it's a nice outfit.
That's why I watch it. It's a nice outfit.
Look at his bum in that.
Sequins. Oh, his bum looks good in that.
Good long, yeah. So we did our first.
What's this line across your screen here? I'm drawing a line. I don't know if you can see it at home. It's either reflection or it's a crack in your screen.
No, it's a level indicator. It's marginally out of level, so it's highlighting that margin.
So we're like,
but
our heads are at the same height, which makes a change.
That's why I put it slightly out of level, so we look at the same height. Because
we still need a picture here, though.
I'm about 3 foot. We'll get a logo. I'll get a vinyl logo.
Nice. Of the Grumpy Old Gays,
and we can take it wherever we go. Then
I like
Costa. Hi, Costa. Still waiting for your sponsorship.
Yeah. What does your mug say?
It says, "I love boys. I like boys.
Boys."
What else is going on?
Yes. What else is going on? It's autumn.
Yes,
and it's cold.
Very current. Is literally we've just watched the cenotaph. We've just agreed that His Majesty came out. The King came out, stood there, spot on timing as ever, as it always was.
It could be.
But I don't think, and I hate to say this, I don't think he's long for this world.
He doesn't look very well.
Very, very. And we know he's has cancer,
and it takes it out of you. Absolutely, it does.
But he looked like he was about to drop. If you
go back, he looked wobbly.
You go back on the iPlayer to 11 a.m. He's still there now.
Yeah.
So he's been stood there half an hour. And
William doesn't look too bad with a beard when he's got a hat on, but with the loss of the hair, it's like. And we noticed Liz Trump was there, not in prison. Liz Truss.
It's a Trump.
Oh, Liz. Well, I mean, I'm not too. Well, there's a Freudian slip for you,
if ever.
Liz Truss.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that woman be in prison?
Well, she was there along with all the other living prime ministers. John Major. I'm looking down the line now. I can't pause it quick enough.
No sign of Prince Andrew there.
Prince Andrew is probably
persona non grata.
Talking to Pickfords as we speak about his move. I don't know what to make about all that, because above everything else, whether you think it's right or wrong, he is a royal prince by birth.
Yeah.
So
Queen's second eldest son.
Absolutely, a monarch's second eldest son. So yes, she's gone, and now he's the brother of the king. But
and has he been charged? He hasn't been charged with
hasn't.
Anything,
no.
has he?
Oh, well, let's not go down the isn't he guilty?
Okay.
But just the fact that he is a monarch's son.
Yeah.
He's being treated worse than the king that abdicated.
Maybe
that walked away. And again, we're polarizing, but the king that walked away with Simpson to France, he went as an ally to the Nazis.
Yeah, true.
He tried to put the boot in with the royal family many times, and yet he lived in luxury for the rest of his days.
Well, then you bring up Harry as well.
Harry's making his own money now.
Is he though?
Yes, of course he is. That book that he wrote,
But only off the back of being a royal.
but he was always an ex-royal. He was he's never going to work in Walmart, is he? He's never going to.
That would be fun.
But it's never going to. He's a celebrity by birth.
Yeah.
So therefore,
yes, his mother being the most photographed woman in the world.
Absolutely. So, but he's making his own. People moaned about Harry and said, "If you don't like it, fuck off." So he did fuck off.
And then people still didn't like it.
People still don't like it because he wrote a book. Because but he's digging at the royal family. He's wrote a book.
Yeah.
He's wrote a book. They haven't commented at all. Written a book. And it's the biggest. It was the biggest selling book I think ever. So, of course, he's making his own money.
It was certainly a pound in the pound shop.
Whether or not he can make any more money because he's now told the story.
Yeah, I suspect he can.
Well, I suspect he can, but there's no more. I mean, there's her book to come.
Whose?
Meghan.
True.
She could write a book. And then there's
going back to Trump a moment. Melania has the #1 best-selling book in America. Trump said several times, including in his victory speech. It's like, is that true?
I don't think he knows the truth. It's his truth.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a lot of people recently that my narrative is fact. Whether it's the person on the street moaning about a KFC or whether it's him saying that my wife's book is the... People believe if they say their story enough times, it becomes true.
Yep.
And that's what part of the problem. People don't want to hear reality. They want to be able to say... I was having an online spat with somebody on Facebook about...
You were having an online what?
A spat, a discussion. And they were talking about the vaccine and all the evidence to show that. Let's not get into that. But my belief is that it saved millions of lives.
Yeah.
Their belief was that it was poisoning millions of lives, and we all became sheep. But you can't reason with these people because they told themselves this so many times, and the media has got some responsibility because there is some mainstream media issues where the narrative has been written by them. So therefore, it's now their truth.
If you're an anti-vaxxer and you watch, it would be fascinating to see your comments because he'll reply to them. I will ignore it. He will reply to them. He'll get into it with you.
I have proven I will reply to all comments on our...
Whereas I only reply to the ones I like.
But
oh, by the way, subscribe.
Yes,
please, you do need to subscribe. We need to put that right at the top.
Can I just
when
say,
we start talking?
It's free.
It's what? Look over there.
It's free. Just click subscribe.
It is free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps us out.
Thank you.
That would be useful.
Yeah. And a comment here and there, just even if it's to say piss off.
And for the several people that have asked when we're doing an OnlyFans, it ain't ever gonna happen.
Nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to see that.
Least of all us.
Nobody needs
we
to see
don't need
that.
to see that.
So, well, I don't know what we're up to. What are we up to? We're up to...
It's a good time to sign off if we can't think of anything more about... So, the state of the world is in flux, it feels, to me.
I agree. What does that mean, in flux?
Like, not one thing or the other. Between
Arthur
two realms. Arthur or Martha, exactly. The world is in a state of doesn't know whether it's Arthur or Martha.
Okay.
And we know so many people that have been through that.
Well, let's make sure it's Arthur next week and Martha the week after then. Yeah. So, okay.
Indeed.
Well, thanks. 13 minutes. I hope you've finished your coffee. And
if you haven't, and I hope you're staying warm, put a jumper on.
Don't forget, we have no expectations of this podcast. It's literally sit down with a cup of coffee and listen to us talking bollocks for 15 minutes. So if you like it, click subscribe. If you don't like it, click subscribe. And just ignore the fact that there's a reminder.
And also share to all of your friends. That would be great.
Yes. And send any comments on the back of a £20 note to P.O. Box
888.
888, yeah.
888.
We're signing out then.
Bye.
Right, look after yourselves.